Is Golang the best editor for code development? Is it better than Vim? Is it better than VSCode? Let's check it out. To quickly give you just a bit of context, like years ago, I decided to try Vim to edit my text. And from then, I never looked back. Initially, it was like inside Intellij IDEA, because I was doing Java primarily. But a couple of years ago, when I switched to Golang like full-time, I was excited to start using it in the terminal. And I was happy, frankly, for a long time. But as the time passed, let's say some things started like to bother me, and to bother me more and more. And here I just want to clarify something when it comes to Vim. Vim, more or less, let's say, have like two parts to it. So it has vim-motions. That is the part where you actually edit the text itself. And the other part is like the rest of the editor stuff, let's say it like that. So, I don't know, switching buffers, switching files, macros, and stuff like that. And when it comes to vim-motions, I argue that it's probably most efficient, most ergonomic, and most fun way to edit your text. So you're basically always on the home row. You don't need to move your hands towards the arrows and page up, page down, the cluster and stuff like that. So essentially, if you want to turn your regular keyboard into a ergonomic keyboard, you learn vim-motions. But regarding the Vim, like as a whole package, running inside the terminal, there are a couple of things that are bothering me. The first thing is like a file scrolling speed. Let me show you. Okay, so this is Vim, opened. Let's open some file types.go. Okay. How I usually scroll is with Control-E, Control-Y. So for example, I will do like this. And if you see this, I hope it will show on the video. But it is like not smooth enough, at least for me, right? It is like scrolling that then stutters a bit, then moves on and stuff like that. I don't know if it is a Vim thing or it is maybe a terminal, but I'm using Alacrity terminal here, and it is like, it should be one of the fastest terminals out there. But this thing is like, I don't know. It bugs me. It bugs me. I want it to be smooth, right? I have a powerful machine. I don't want to see this. The other thing, and probably most important thing about everything, is the breaking changes I get. So I'm in a mood of programming. I fire up Vim, and all of a sudden I see a Lua stack trace. Come on, man. Seeing a stack trace is not that bad, okay? But the problem is, like, I see a message, I see an error, and I don't even know what to search for to fix it. And I'm not a Vim expert, so I want to point that out. But I don't want to be a Vim expert, and I'm not like a Lua developer. And I don't want to be a Lua developer, okay? Give me the package. I just want that it works. And generally, like user experience and configuring and stuff like that, it is more demanding. So me as a developer, I'm comfortable with reading code, of course, and stuff like that, right? But when I want a new plugin, I don't want to go through the docs, through the code. I don't know. It is not for me. I want my experience to be more refined, let's say it like that. And that is the reason why I started to use NeoVim distributions. This in particular is AstroVim, I think. There are a couple of more, but AstroVim, I think it is like the best for me. And what I also wanted to point out, what I noticed is like that Vim, especially NeoVim with these distributions, is like turning into VS Code running inside the terminal, right? So for example, I don't know, we have these nice pop-ups with live preview. Then, for example, we have like these nice pop-up messages like this. Okay, now it is nice, but I don't know, man. And also, NeoVim has support for right-click, so you can actually right-click and actually select all. Okay, cool. But that is not a bad thing. I'm not saying this in like a bad context. I do like it. But it is interesting, let's say it like that. I don't know why this is happening, but my guess is like that we as Vim users, deep down inside, we want some 21st century UI, UX experience. Let's say it like that, okay? And also now that I mentioned these 21st century experiences, to be honest, I don't want to always be like super focused on my keyboard and going through the code and stuff like that. I want to lay back like this, right, and scroll to the code. Sometimes I want to click around, okay? What I also like is simple horizontal scroll bar, right? I don't want to see these percentages, okay? So if you flip back here, having this scroll bar is like a best way to glance at where you are in the file and something like that. And also what I like in this scroll bar, if I break something like this, I can see immediately these red lines where the error is and easily scroll to that part and check what is going on. Small things like that. I want those. And yes, I am a keyboard guy primarily, but from time to time I want to lay back and click around. Is that a crime? So because of these couple of things that I mentioned, I started to look around and experiment with VS Code. In this category of editors, VS Code is probably the best one, right? They say the new Z is VS Code killer. It maybe will be, but today it is not. There are a bunch of stuff missing. And for example, simple things like hiding the tab bar, like I cannot do that. I hate seeing tabs, useless, only waste my vertical space. Switching to recent buffers is the way to go. I don't need tabs. And for me, that was a deal breaker with trying out that. So VS Code, it is. Okay, here's my VS Code setup. Again, really minimal, really simple. I don't like sidebars and stuff like that. I just want to see my code, and that's it. VS Code generally, it is a good editor. And don't worry if the cool Vim guys say it is a crap editor, you should use NeoVim, blah, blah, blah. No, you should not. If you don't want, VS Code is a good editor. And frankly, we as a Vim community should thank VS Code, because of VS Code we got language server protocol, okay, LSP. Only after I believe only after NeoVim integrated LSP support into its core, like everything flourished, because now it is so easy, so straightforward to hook up your language of choice and just start working. All of the LSP features work out of the box, and it is a nice experience. So don't dunk on VS Code. But regardless, I have issues with that as well. Like I mentioned with Vim, sometimes I really want to click around with my mouse, and I want that support. But in VS Code, sometimes I'm forced to use the mouse, and I don't like that. So for example, let's say I want to search this, I do that. There is no easy way for me to just start scrolling through these search results with my keyboard. Instead, I need to tab. No, I can't. Look, there is no way for me to jump to these results, right? And I hate that. I'm in the flow, and now I need to grab my mouse and click around. And also with Git support. So let's make a change, and I do this. There is no way for me to go to the file to check the diff. Or again, I need to somehow tab through everything, and you always miss it. So I need to grab my mouse, click on it. I don't like that at all. Okay. And this is why, even though VS Code has a decent Git support, I always switch back to lazy Git. So I make some changes. I jump back to the terminal, open my lazy Git, go through the diff, add everything, commit, blah, blah, blah. And also, for example, if you go to, I don't know, some test file, okay, let's go here. Let's bake the test, okay, like this, and I want to run it. Okay, let's see it. Okay, see this part here with the message and the error message. There is no way for me to dismiss this with a keyboard. So basically, again, I have to take my mouse, go here, and click X. It really bothers me. And last, but certainly not least, sometimes, even though it is not that often, sometimes, similarly like Vim, when I scroll like Control E, Control Y, sometimes it stutters as well. It is not that bad. I can tolerate it, but it is there and I notice it. And also, for example, if I go to references, there is no way for me to like have this list in like a quick fix list. Okay, what do I mean? If I jump to IntelliJ, search for references, okay. But what I also can do is this. I have it here, and so basically I can jump here, do something with it, go back here, jump to a different location. You know what I mean? So this list is always present for me, and I know where I'm at. I really like this. Vim, of course, has this as well through its quick fix list. So if he checks, see this? I haven't done anything to this, okay? It was working perfectly fine. And now I can see damn Lua stack trace. This is my main problem with Vim, definitely. And if I see this error message, I don't know, man. I really don't know where to start to look. And I don't want to waste my time on this thing. So, okay, this was not scripted. This like was a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so after my VSCode experiment, like you saw, I have issues with it as well. So I decided to try out the big guns, Intellij Goland. Like I mentioned, I already have a bunch of experience with IntelliJ products in general. I was using IntelliJ IDEA for a long time while I was using Java, and generally I had really, really good experience with it, like overall. Okay, let's see my Golang setup. Like everything else, it is super minimal. I just want to see my files, and that's it. Of course, I can split the screen. Wow. Okay, I can control absolutely everything with the keyboard. So if I want that, I have my Explorer. If I want my Git as well, I have that as well. If I want to hide everything, nice. If I want to jump to the last one, I have that as well. Cool. Key maps are really, really powerful here as well. VSCode has also decent support for key maps. It also has like this chord feature. It's something similar like prefix key in Tmax, if you know. So for example, if I this is Tmax. If I do prefix key Control F in my case, C, I will create a new window. Okay. Here as well, if I press Control F E, it is my Explorer. Okay. Control F G, it is Git. Cool. Control S, it is the structure of the file. Okay. Really, really powerful. It is by far the fastest. The startup is slower, of course. This is a bigger thing. But when everything is indexed, it flies. So all of the issues with scrolling that I mentioned in Vim and VS Code, nothing is present in Goland. Absolutely nothing. So really, really smooth, really, really nice. It gives me chills. Overall, I really like the UI experience overall. Really simple, really modern, and small things like, I don't know, connections.go, okay. See these green like indications, so it immediately tells you that there is something that implements this interface, okay. And if you jump to the implementation, you can go there as well. Also, these methods, if you see these methods, for example, they also have this green indication. It means that, so it is basically an implementation of some interface method, okay? So, of course, you can go there as well, and here I am. Everything that Vim has and VS Code has, at least the things that I want, Intellij Goland has. But there are more stuff to it. Let's see a couple of those. So, for example, of course, I can search everything like this, and I like this like pop-up window, but if I want, I can do this, and now I'm inside this like quick fix list as well. Jump there, boom, nice. Hide it, but also check this out. I of course can check the structure of the file, so basically the symbols inside the file, but we know Golang package can span across multiple files. I can do this, and now I can see the structure of the whole package, not just a single file. So here I have a some symbols in psmdb controller.go. Then I have something in backup.go. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. And besides that, I can do it in the sidebar like this and search like that. Boom, go there. It is probably the best way to explore like the whole package. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. Of course, we can jump to recent files. Okay, stuff like that. Boom. But here I can do like this and filter only the files that I edited. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. And also, if you see this, not just recent files. If I search for commit, I will jump here as well. And also what I mentioned earlier, I can go search for references. Okay. But I can put it inside this like a quick fix list. Excellent. But check this out. I, of course, can search for a file. So Mongo. Okay. But check this out. I can jump straight to the folder from here. Isn't this cool? And check this out. So I am in the Explorer in the project tree, and I can go through the symbols in the file inside this view as well. This is like, I don't know, man, and jump straight to that. Beautiful. This is also one simple thing that I really enjoy. So for example, you're in a longer function or a method, and you want to go at the beginning of the method. You cannot do that easily. You cannot do that easily with Vim or VS Code, or maybe you cannot do it at all. Like from this position, I'm in the middle of a method. In Vim, I don't know, you will go to the bottom. If you need the bottom, press %, go to the closing brace, and there you go. But here I can just do this. I'm here, baby. And also I can really easily jump from method to method like this. So I'm on the next one, and this is also cool. Check this out. So I have this method, and I want to rename the receiver. Okay. So in Vim or VS Code, if I jump back to Vim, okay, for example, like this, if I change the name of this receiver, it changes it only inside this method, okay? But check this out. If I want to change receiver with Goland, I can do this, of course, and it asks me, do you want to change only in this method, or you want to change all of the receivers? And usually you want to change all of the receivers. Excellent. Changed here as well. Another cool thing is like we can extract variables like this. Okay, I can do that. Introduce variable. Beautiful. And also I can do this. Select it, refactor, extract method. Nice. A method. Here it is extracted. All of the necessary parameters are there. Nice. Another really cool thing is with tests. Let's say status test. Okay. So in Golang we have inside a test you have like different test cases. Let's say it like that. We all know that, okay? And in VS Code and with Vim, with some plugins, you can do this. You can be inside the context of a test, and you can run it, okay? You can do that here as well. I will run this test connection endpoint test. And of course it fails. It fails because we broke it. Okay, let's test it again. Passed, nice. But check this out. Here what I can do is run only that like stub test. So I just want to run this cluster IP expose. I can do that. This is like excellent for me. And Goland Git support is amazing. So basically I made my changes. I want to check what I've done. Okay, check out the diffs. Nice, I like everything. Okay, add everything. My commit, and I'm done. Another great thing here is, like with my team, I want to share a file, I want to share a line with someone. I can easily do this, open on GitHub, and GitHub will open with exactly that line. I cannot say how convenient this is. Really, really cool. Also, what I started to use when I started to use Goland is pull requests. So I will basically have all of my pull requests here. I can jump to something like this. I can see I can see the description. I can see the diff. I can add a comment here. I don't need to leave the editor. And last, but certainly not least, IntelliJ provides, I believe, best Vim emulation out there. It is developed by IntelliJ guys, right? So they know what they do, and configuring everything is like a breeze. So I will open my vimrc. This is my config. And the beautiful thing is that you can control editor actions through Vim, okay? You can do that with VSCode as well, but this is like another level. So for example, all of the editor commands have these command IDs, but there is a really excellent way to like see what are the IDs of these commands. So for that we can do Vim. There is this action here, track action IDs. Okay, we can turn it on, and now you can see it in the bottom right corner. So for example, I can do this, activate project tool window. Okay, I can do this, activate structure tool window. This is so easy, so well integrated. So, and configuring everything is like a breeze. And also what I forgot to mention, I really like this as well. Let's say, for example, to connection.go, and here I have this interface, okay? I want to implement it. New type, enel, struct, okay, and I want to implement this interface. Do this, Mongo client provider. Excellent. So okay guys, I showed you a couple of things. Currently IntelliJ Goland like literally ticks all of the boxes. What I want, it gave me a bunch of stuff that I didn't know I need, but I really like right now. And besides all of that, there are of course some drawbacks to IntelliJ Goland as well. So first of all, like it costs money. Everything else is free, but for me, if it's worth it, I will pay you. The other thing is like startup time is slower than Vim and VS Code. That is for sure. It is a bigger thing. It needs to index everything, but when everything is indexed, it is by far the fastest, I believe. But frankly, the startup time isn't that bad as well. So let me show you. So I'm in one project. I will open a different project like, I don't know, MySQL operator. That's it. Not bad at all. I have a beefy machine, okay, but generally not bad. Okay guys, that is more or less it. I started a 30-day trial with Goland. I have 20 days left, I think. If I like it, I will buy it. If I don't like it, I will probably move back to NeoVim, I believe, not VS Code. We'll see what happens. And to sum everything up, maybe the key takeaways of the video is like, learn vim-motions. It is a steeper learning curve, but trust me, you will like it. It is a superior way to edit text. And the other thing is like, whatever editor you choose, Vim, VS Code, IntelliJ, Sublime Text, I don't know, just be proficient with it. Learn it, make it your own as much as possible, as much as you want, and you are probably good to go. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching again. I hope you liked it. I hope it was useful for you. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing. It really helps me a lot, and it is the best feedback for me that, I don't know, these videos are any good, right? Again, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.